Boy, we've got a huge game for you tonight on the Valley Channel Game of the Week as Mountain Crest travels up the road a little bit to Millville to take on the Riverhawks of Ridgeline. Mountain Crest comes into this game 4-0, ranked number 4 in 4A, and they're just destroying people along the way. For Ridgeline, they've started a little bit slow, 0-2 to start the season, but then they put up some big numbers the last 2 games. It's a resurgent rushing attack for the Riverhawks that have been doing the job for them. So we'll see if that rushing attack can stand up against a quick and opportunistic Mountain Crest defense tonight, and if the Mountain Crest offense can still keep putting points on the board against Ridgeline. Brady Hall, the quarterback for Mountain Crest, is a handful. What will Ridgeline do to combat him and the boys from Hiram? It's the Game of the Week, Ridgeline and Mountain Crest, coming up next.
Wendy's presents Real Impossibilities. Fact: a beaver's teeth never stop growing.
Is that true?
Yeah, man. That's why we're always chewing on logs to build dams.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hey, you guys hear that the double stack is still in the 4 for $4?
The double stack with 2 fresh beef patties?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Damn, son, that's crazy.
Hey, did you guys hear that the double stack has a quarter pound of beef? The double stack that's in the 4 for $4. Yeah, man. Damn.
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 That's a good deal.
The double stack is now an option in the 4 for $4 for a limited time. With so much beef, it's a deal so great, it's impossibly good.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank. Strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric. A tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Well, Coach, started off a little slow with a couple of losses, but since then you put some points on the board, and one thing that stands out, it looks like you're really running the ball well.
Yeah, that's the key to any real successful offense, is being able to run the ball successfully, and so we feel like we've come a long ways offensively. Tonight will definitely be a good test for us.
You lost a lot of kids to graduation, which happens in high school. Who are some of the key guys back that you're really counting on?
It starts with our guys up front: Ollie Taylor, Brody Hunsaker, Tayden Fenton, those guys, but then we also have some guys with experience in the secondary and at receiver in some of those spots: Sam Weeda, Brady Stewart, Jake Mora. So yeah, those guys have come a long ways even in the 4 games that we played this year.
You guys didn't play Mountain Crest last year, you know, that with the split and everything. It's your first chance against the Mustangs. Does that put a little bit more juice into this game, or is it, now that it's a year removed, it's maybe settled down?
No, I think it's a pretty good rivalry already. already. You know, the crowds, we're an hour before game time and the crowd's already pretty good. These kids have a lot of friends over there. They went to school out there, a couple of them or most of our guys for a couple years at least. And so, yeah, this is going to be a fun night.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Be probably in Nibley and then again out near the new Walmart south of town. There are cars just streaming in. Just streaming into this place, and it's an interesting matchup. These kids here, a lot of them started out at Mountain Crest. These parents all went through little leagues and everything else together as friends, and now we hope they're still friends, but they're wearing different colors. And you know, we threw a poll up there, a post up there on our Facebook page, the I Love Cache Valley Football Facebook page, about what would we call this. You know, there's the Beehive Boot, there's the Battle of the Brothers, there's all sorts of different names that they call these different rivalry games. And one thing we've heard the kids are calling it is the Rednecks versus the Rich Kids, and everybody's been kind of having a good chuckle about that one. But, you know, what kind of names will these rivalries come up with? And this one, there is juice in this stadium, I'm telling you. Just walking in here, you can feel it. It's full on the visitor side. People are sitting on the grass all around it, and it's full here on the home side, and there's cars still streaming in. Of course, Mountain Crest comes in 4-0, averaging 36 points a game, only giving up 16 points a game. We saw them last week in that beatdown of Stansbury. Ridgeline started the season 0-2, losing to Spanish Fork and Snow Canyon, but then they hung 50 on Raymond of Canada and 44 on Copper Hills, and the running game is what's really gotten things going for them. They've been putting up some yards, 227 on the ground versus Raymond, 214 versus Copper Hills. So it'll be interesting to see. Another interesting thing to see is whether Ridgeline can keep running the ball against Mountain Crest like they have the last couple of weeks. If they can run the ball and control the line of scrimmage against this Mustang team and keep an explosive Mustang offense off the field, things could get interesting in a real hurry. All right, the Mustang team is out on the field, and the captains for the Riverhawks are as well, with the team getting set to take the field, getting ready for the coin flip. We're going to take a quick timeout as the Riverhawks take the field, and we'll be back with the kickoff and the game of the week after this.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
that's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, tossed with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the aider to make the Baconator.
Captains out on the field as they're getting set for the coin toss. Just about a minute and a half away from the opening kickoff of this one, and we'll let you know who's going to be getting the ball first. Ridgeline 2-2, Mountain Crest 4-0. This is the first region game for both of these teams. It's Region 12 play gets underway tonight. And you look at some of the other games that are going on tonight in region. Bear River at Skyview is another big one, and Logan at Green Canyon. So big games all over the place in Region 12 tonight. We mentioned the rushing attack of Ridgeline and how it's really just kind of awakened. Skylar Averett last week had 163 yards and 2 touchdowns versus Copper Hills. He had a touchdown run of 61 yards and 68 yards to really blow things open. And he was the guy that's really gotten things going. But then if you look at his running mate in that backfield, Brady Stewart, the senior, scored 4 touchdowns on the ground, as well as being a receiving threat. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 of those 4 versus Raymond of Canada. With the Mustangs, it's Brady Hall. Everything starts and goes with him. I mean, they're a complete team, but he is the gas that makes the engine run. 46 of 77, 60%, 997 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 22 yards per completion for Brady Hall. So they'll just try to run the ball, but when they do go downfield, they go for the big play. All right, the captains have left the field, and I looked down for a stat to give you, and they gave us who won the toss while I looked down. We'll know here soon enough. Jacob Mora had 103 yards receiving versus Raymond, and a guy that gets into the end zone in that passing game for Ridgeline is Sam Weta. Weta, the lanky senior, with 3 touchdowns through the air. Mountain Crest will get a chance first offensively, and Ridgeline getting set to kick off. It's rained a little bit here today. It's overcast and cool, and it feels like a fall day, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Porter O'Reilly, the sophomore, getting set to kick it away. Bo Robinson back to receive. And it's heading Robinson's way. He picks it up on the run at the 10-yard line. Stumbles across the 17 out to the 20. Ridgeline said the ball is free. The officials say no, it's not. So Mountain Crest will start just shy of their own 26-yard line. They put a beat down on Stansbury last week, put a 51 up on the board. They played Highland, Wasatch, Box Elder, and Stansbury. We'll get into their schedule a little bit later here, talk about both teams' schedule. They're going to spread it out with 4 wide receivers. Motion, they're going to go to Nethercott, and he can throw back. He's looking for Hall, who's got blockers. Look out. Hall's got a convoy as he pulls it back inside. Flags flying everywhere, and he's down out near midfield. But it looked like a hold downfield. Let's see. Be 24 yards on the reception. It's right at midfield. Let's see what the call is. Somebody looked like they got tackled, one of the Ridgeline players. They're going to call a personal foul against Mountain Crest. So it's a first down. It went out to the 50, but then it's going to come back 15 yards. It ends up being a 9-yard gain after the penalty. So it's a 24-yard reception, and then the 15-yard penalty. They threw the flag at the runner. He put his head down right into the chest of the would-be tackler and run over him, and that's where they all threw their flag. Robinson in the backfield, all by himself as Hall is up under center. 2 receivers to the near side. So it's 1st and 1. Hall's going to keep on the stretch play to Robinson. He puts his head down. And he looks like he's going to be just shy of a first down. And then they put the ball down right across that 36-yard line. That's good enough for a yard and a first down. Peyton Green, the linebacker, in on that tackle. He's got 23 tackles on the season to lead the Riverhawks. Now 2 backs in the backfield. It's a pistol look for Mountain Crest. A receiver split to each side. Hall's going to keep it. Bounds off the right side. Hurdles a would-be tackler out near midfield. And he's got 14 yards and a first down, but there's a flag back at the 41-yard line. So Mountain Crest has run 3 plays, and this will be their second penalty. Personal foul on the Mustangs. Another personal foul. I didn't see what's going on, but that's 2 personal fouls in 3 plays. And now they're back almost where they started this drive. They started at the 26. They're back at the 27-yard line. And it'll be first down and a lot. They've got to get up to the 46, so about 19. First and about 20. And Coach Jason Lee is over there wanting an explanation, and so is Coach Dave Caressa on the far sideline. Because 2 of the last 3 plays have been personal foul penalties called on Mountain Crest. And now they're stopping play, and I think the Mountain Crest coaching staff wants White Hat to come over there and tell them what's going on. Because the official on that Mountain Crest sideline has come out and blown his whistle and stopped it, and he's asking the White Hat for an explanation. 2 huge plays brought back by personal foul penalties on the offense. And we don't know what they're calling or talking about from where we are way up here. Ask about that a little bit later here in the booth, see if we can find out from one of the coaches. 5 wide receivers, Hall all alone in the backfield. Hall's going to throw the quick hitter. The ball's tipped up in the air as Robinson turned. It was low, and he kind of tipped it up in the air and incomplete. Mountain Crest fortunate that one wasn't picked off. 2nd and 19. Big Taden Fenton, the defensive lineman, comes off. He gets a breather. Mustangs showing 5 wide again. 2 to the near side and 3 to the far. Hall's going to go right up in the middle. Not far before Peyton Green meets him. Green gets knocked back, but plenty of other defenders come to help, including Stephen Bringhurst. Bringhurst leads Ridgeline in sacks with 3 on the season. 3rd down and 19. A gain of a yard for Hall. First 3rd down. So this possession for Mountain Crest started at the 26. It's picked up a couple of big plays, a 24-yarder and a 15-yarder, yet they're only 1 yard from where they started because of penalties. Hall in the backfield. Powell with him. Powell stays in the block. Hall with lots of time, runs out. He gets away and he throws this one out of bounds. And now they're going to throw the flag for an illegal grounding. He just turned and threw it to the near sideline. And he had no receivers over there. So 3 gigantic penalties on Mountain Crest on their first possession. So it's a loss of down, and it's going to be 4th down anyway. So this drive, after the first play, was out at midfield. Then after the 3rd play, it was back to midfield. Now it's at the 16-yard line, and Mountain Crest is punting. Lots of laundry on the field. 3 penalties, 2 personal fouls, and an illegal grounding on the Mustangs there on that first possession. High kick's going to hit it at the 49. Let's see which way it rolls. It kicks south, and Powell will down it at the 41-yard line, and that's where the Riverhawks will take over. No score with 9:35 after a penalty-filled first possession for the Mustangs. And not just the little ones, two 15-yarders and a 10-yarder and a loss of down. Now here comes the Riverhawks. Breck Jackson, the junior quarterback. And the Mustangs jump, another penalty. One of the linemen for Ridgeline moved, but it may have been after the Mountain Crest man jumped. Let's see. They're going to call offsides on Mountain Crest. So the flag's flying early and often against the Mustangs. An aggressive team, and it's working against him right now as Jackson works from under center. He'll go to the air, unloads, has a man downfield, and it's knocked away by Dart. A lot of contact out there. And one of the few plays of the evening where there hasn't been a flag. So Jackson was going deep on the first play. He's looking for Williams. Hayden Williams. Averett in the backfield with Jackson. Going to give it to Averett. Averett looks to bounce outside, running away from defenders, turning it upfield, and a first down and more. "12 yards for Averett. And that's a first down for Ridgeline before he's bumped to the sideline. Weta and Mora to the far side, and one receiver to the near side looks like Stewart. Here's the give, and they'll try the outside for Williams this side, and Williams dragged down after about a 4-yard gain. Ridgeline, if you're just joining us, we mentioned they started 0-2 on the season. They've won their last 2 games in blowout fashion, and they've been able to get the running game going in those games. 200-plus yards rushing as a team, both of those games. Three wide with 2 in the backfield. Averett and Stewart. Stewart vacates. At the 38-yard line, Jackson with a nice pocket. Going to Weta up top. Knocked away at the last minute by the Mustang defense. Looks like Nethercott. That's twice they've tested the deep middle of the Mustang defense. And twice the Mustangs have been up to the task. I'm sure it'll happen again. It's now 3rd and 6. First third down for Ridgeline. 8:14 to play in the first. No score. Ridgeline's first possession. The Mustangs had a penalty-filled first possession and punted from deep in their own territory. Ridgeline at the Mountain Crest 38. Shovel pass to Stewart, and they were ready for it. Stewart goes down after a gain of 2. Folger in on the tackle, 4th down and 4, and a Ridgeline showing punt. It's Peyton Jensen standing back at his own 48-yard line. Robinson's back at his own 10, but he's keeping an eye on things up front. It's 4th and 4 in Mustang territory, and they will kick it away. Short little knuckleball, and it's not going to get to the end zone. Robinson wisely stays away, but it's down at the 6-yard line by Junior DeMooney. A couple of other Ridgeline players were there, including Cameron Wadman. And the special teams play going the Riverhawks' way. No scores. The Mustangs get their second crack at it. See if they can clean it up. Penalties marred their first possession. Five plays on their first possession. 3 penalties in 5 plays. As they go back to basics and just run it right up the middle with Robinson. Robinson picks up 4. There's actually 6 plays for the Mustangs in that first drive. 1 wiped out by the penalty. Another one was a loss of down. The other came after the play, after the run downfield. Here's Robinson. They handed to him. He needed 6. He's picked up about 5.5. They're going to say, nope, he got 6. It's a first down. The Mustangs came out with some fireworks, and now they say, fine, we're going to put on our work boots and start kicking some mud. As they get their first down of this drive. Two receivers and Mosier in motion. Hall's going to keep. Turns it up inside. Bringhurst, the first man there. And he stops Hall after a short gain. Out about the 20-yard line, a pickup of 3. There are still people coming into this stadium. There's people sitting out on the grass all around. The stands are full. This is the place to be tonight. Nethercott to the near side. And 1 receiver to the far side. Robinson and Powell as Mosier goes in motion. Hall's going to follow him. Nope, he's going to leave it out for Nethercott, who's wide open. Ridgeline bit, chewed, swallowed, and spit on that fake. Touchdown. 81 yards. There was no one within 15 yards of Nethercott. Ridgeline was coming up so hard on the run. It's Nethercott's 7th receiving touchdown of the year. Wells getting set for the PAT. Wells' kick is up and good. 7-0 Ridgeline strikes first on the game of the week.
In Utah, nothing is greater than our liberty. And going is always greater than stopping. So when we look for an emergency room, we don't just want one we can trust. We want one we can trust to respect our time. That's why Mountain Star ERs offer board-certified emergency specialists and short wait times. Mountain Star. Together, we're greater.
Mountain Crest's first possession offensively was a disaster with 3 big penalties on 6 plays. The defense held Ridgeline, and Ridgeline punted down to the Mountain Crest 6. Mountain Crest with 3 run plays in a row and then a play fake into the line. The Ridgeline defense bit on it hard, and Nethercott was running wide open. Nick Nethercott Brady Hall found him for the easiest 81-yard touchdown you'll ever see in an actual game. Maybe not in practice, but in a game, it doesn't get much easier than that. So Ridgeline with 5:09 to play in the first quarter finds themselves in a 7-0 deficit. As this one returned by Williams up to about the 24-yard line. And that took a little bit of juice out of the Ridgeline sideline. See if Coach Howell can settle his team down and deliver an answer here. Jackson with the give to Williams. Williams cuts it back inside, follows his blocker, and picks up 4. Powell sticks his nose in there to get in on that tackle. It's the leading tackler for Mountain Crest. 4.5 as the clock runs toward the end of the first quarter. A 7-0 Mountain Crest lead. They're going to give it to Averett. Averett steps over a defender, picks up 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. There's a lot of muck and mess inside there. A lot of bodies. Averett steps over one pile, trying to pick his way through there before he's finally brought down. And the Ridgeline in another 3rd down situation. Mora and Weta to this side. And Stewart goes in motion. They turn and give to the running back. Averett spins and has the first down. He's got 4, he needed 3. First down, Riverhawks.
Skyler Averett with the first down. Stopped by Bo Robinson.
Ball at the 36-yard line. Ridgeline's own 36-yard line. And now Williams in the backfield with Jackson. They got 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Jackson in trouble, and down he goes. Mountain Crest for their first sack of the ball game. And a loss of 4. Jackson tried to climb the pocket, but he ran out of rungs and down he went. .220 to play in the first. 7-0 Mountain Crest. Underneath they go to Stewart on a little screen. Stewart picks up the sack yardage and a few more. Gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 7. Third down of the first quarter for Ridgeline. They're 1 of 2 as they spread it out with 4 wide receivers again and send Williams out on a little wheel. This one off the hands of the intended receiver, popped up and hits the ground. Cameron Diley couldn't come up with it. And the Mustangs defense forces a punt. Jackson starts this game 2 of 5 for 9 yards. Robinson will stand back at his own 26-yard line. Line drive kick. Robinson muffs it. Gets down on it. Actually gains decent yardage. Up to the 39. And there's a flag way back where the punter was. Mountain Crest had some guys coming after him. Did they hit him? I didn't notice. I looked to track the ball. And the Mountain Crest sideline is hot under the collar about something. See what the call is. Oh, it's running into the kicker. And it's a first down. So another big penalty. They had guys coming after him, but they weren't close to blocking it. So that was 4th and 7. That's a roughing the kicker. That's another 15-yarder. That'd be 3 15-yard penalties here in this first quarter, and that's exactly what it is. For Mountain Crest, that is 5 penalties in the first quarter. Ridgeline yet to draw a flag. So that puts the ball in Mountain Crest territory at the 46. Stewart in motion. They're going to give it to Williams. Williams a couple.
Williams, the ball carrier, brought down by Max Hansen.
Second and 8 as they send Stewart in motion again. The give to Averett, and he's going to lose a yard. Now it'll be 3rd down and 9. Ridgeline 2 for 5 through the air. Got 24 yards rushing. And 7 carries and 1 sack that goes in the rushing, against the rushing yardage. 4 wide receivers as Jackson stands in. Looks underneath, has his man. Looks like it's incomplete, and they're going to say it hit the ground. Right before it got to Mora, he tried to grab it and sell it, but he had to dig it out of there, and the official was on top of it, and he says incomplete. So it'll be 4th down, and Ridgeline will punt again. Mountain Crest was aggressive coming after that last punt, and they roughed the punter. They blocked one last week against Stansbury. Now this time they make sure to ease up before they get to the punter. Takes a Mustang bounce back near the 20-yard line at the 21. And the Mustangs will take over there. That's the end of the first period. 7-0 our score. Mountain Crest leads Ridgeline. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think you have coverage for this when you only have coverage for this.
That's not homework.
Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you as the Mustangs and the Riverhawks tangle here in Millville. Mountain Crest, a 7-0 lead as we begin the second period. Mountain Crest offensively, an 81-yard touchdown pass from Hall to Nethercott, providing the scoring. They're on the 22, their own 22 after the punt. Logan and Green Canyon tied at 7 in the first quarter of that ball game. That one's out in North Logan at Green Canyon. Hall under center. 2 tight ends for the Mustangs. Hall's going to keep, bounces outside, still on his feet, and finally lassoed down after he picks up about 5. Green and Mora on the tackle. I mentioned Green, he's the leading tackler on this team, 23 in 4 games coming in. With just about 6 tackles a game. We've called his name 2 or 3 times already tonight. Here's the pitch out to Robinson, looking for the edge. Stewart sets the edge for the Riverhawks and turns him inside, and he picks up 3. 3rd down. Mountain Crest 0 for 1 on 3rd down. This is only their second 3rd down. 3rd and a yard. Hall will probably keep it. He does, and he's got it easy. 3.5, 4 yards for Brady Hall on a 1st down. This is a Ridgeline team that lost so many contributors. So many seniors came over last year from Mountain Crest to Ridgeline. They were successful in that first year. A bunch of kids that got some playing time, trying to make their mark this year. They're going to give to Robinson, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Hayden Green with the tackle in the backfield, and Robinson loses yardage. You don't see that very often as Robinson loses 2. Hall is 1 of 3, 81 yards and a touchdown. Nethercott's 1 of 1 for 24 yards. And there was a personal foul that brought a lot of that yardage back. There's a little counter play on a pitch. He pitched it like it was going outside, and then he stepped back inside. And Robinson picked up a yard. 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. 3rd and 10. Now is when the Mountain Crest offense is most dangerous. You get Hall buying time with his legs and letting his receivers get open. See if Ridgeline brings pressure. 4 showing. They're going to rush 3 and drop 8. Hall waits, unloads, over the middle. It's knocked down and a flag thrown back at midfield, place you'd usually see a defensive holding. Now they push it up about the 39-yard line. Could be an ineligible man downfield for Mountain Crest. We'll have to wait and see. So for now, it's 4th down on the incomplete pass. Nice defensive play by Ridgeline. Holding on Ridgeline. Usually when that back judge throws that flag in there, that's the call, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Mustangs. So the first penalty on Ridgeline. A 10-yarder and Mountain Crest picks up the 1st down. So a 3rd down conversion by a penalty. Mountain Crest having a bad first half penalty-wise. 5 penalties for 60 yards. 3 of them on the first possession. Hall looks to the sideline. 3 receivers to the near side.
One man in the backfield, and he's going to stay in the block. Hall, all sorts of time, unloads over the middle. High pass caught by Robinson. He had to slow down and then climb the ladder, and he brings it down at the 25-yard line. 29 yards, and the Mustangs are in scoring position. First down at the 25 of Ridgeline, leading 7-0. The Mustangs looking to put more on the board. Hall's going to keep again for the third time on this drive. He's going to pick up 4. Ridgeline, beneficiaries of a bunch of penalties early in that first period. Had Mountain Crest back on their heels, then the Mustangs ran 3 straight plays, running plays into the line, and then a play fake. Ridgeline bit hard, and Nethercott was running free in the secondary for the touchdown. And since then, the Mustangs have taken control of this ball game. Here's the pitch out to Robinson. Cuts it up inside. Nice play defensively by Stewart to turn him inside and make the tackle. 3 yards for Robinson. Third down. In fact, only 1 yard for Robinson. Where they're going to spot it. It'll be third down and 6. 7:45 to play in the first half here at Ridgeline. A packed house and then some tonight. Hall, Powell with him. He fakes the pitch to Powell. Spins back inside, down close to the yard marker, but I think he's going to be about a yard short. I'm a long way away, though. Let's see where they spot him. He needed 6. He may have gotten it from where they're spotting that ball. Well, he's just short. He got 5. So this is definitely go for it territory for the Mustangs. 4th and 1. Hall's kept it a couple of times, 3 times already on this drive, and picked up good yardage. Now they've got everybody up in those gaps, and Hall's going to keep it. He's into the secondary down to the 6-yard line. The 7. It's 9 yards on 4th and a yard. Goal to go now for the Mustangs. The ball's on the 8-yard line officially. Looks like 7 from here, but I'm a long way and old. 6.5 to play. And this drive is chewing up clock, and the Mustangs looking to end it with some points. Gain of a yard for Hall. Hobbs brings him down. Mountain Crest just content to grind away. They have run. Only 1 pass here in the second quarter. It was that 29-yarder to Robinson on this drive. See if they try to change it up here. I doubt it. Hall is going to keep it. A race to the pylon. Hall reaches in for the touchdown. Brady Hall from 6 yards out, and he puts 6 more on the board. As the Mustangs extend the lead. Wells out for the PAT. And the kick is good. Mountain Crest 14, Ridgeline 0. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Mountain Crest increases their lead 14-0 off the 6-yard touchdown run by Brady Hall. Little squib kick bounds up just inside the 10-yard line where Williams picks it up. When he is hit hard by Powell. Ball's free, but they're going to say he was down. Powell smacked Williams, but Williams gets it up to the 29 on a nice return. And with 5.5 to play in the first half, Mountain Crest sitting on a 14-0 lead. Still tied at 7 at Green Canyon, between Green Canyon and Logan, and no score update for us yet from that Skyview Bear River game. Jackson over the middle. The ball arrives, so does the defender, and he separates it from Averett. That was Jace Dart. So Jackson now 2 of 7 on the night. That was a good ball. The defender just got there the same time the ball did. So good defensive play, and he knocks it down. And it's 2nd and 10. Averett in the backfield with Jackson. They're coming after him. Here comes the linebacker. Jackson unloads. Stewart had it in his hands and dropped it. At the 41-yard line, he dropped the ball, and he had a little bit of running room. He's a shifty, quick runner. He might have made a big gain if he hangs on to that. And now it's 3rd down. Ridgeline 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. Jackson against a 5-man rush. On the run, finds Weta, but Weta had his knee down as he caught it 3 yards short of the marker. But for Jackson, that may be what he needs to see the ball caught. That it arrives on time and on target, and that it's caught. Needs to get a little bit of a rhythm and some confidence going. It's going to be 4th down and 2. As the clock moves under 5 minutes to play in the half, and the back judge blows his whistle, comes to talk to the umpire, excuse me, the white hat, the referee. The umpire's behind the linebackers. Robinson back to field this one. He grabs it inside the 20. I don't know if his knee went down or not, but they're giving him progression, forward progress up to the 21, and that's where Mountain Crest takes over, leading 14-0. The Mountain Crest Mustangs took the opening kickoff. Couple of big plays called back by penalties, 3 penalties in 6 plays for the Mustangs, and they've certainly, that was on their first possession, they've certainly settled down since then. Robinson and Powell in the backfield with a receiver to each side. Pro look, Hall drops the ball. He picks it up, and then he's snowed under. He dropped the snap from center, bent down and picked it up, and tried to run with it, and they had him before he could get out of there. He loses 2. Mountain Crest taking their time in the huddle. Weaver and Mosier, I believe, to this side. And here come a bunch of flags. Probably too much time. No, they called timeout. Mountain Crest called timeout just before the back judge could throw his flag. So the Mustangs with the first timeout, their first timeout here of this game, with 3:55 to play in the first half. And they lead to the Mustangs 14-0 over Ridgeline. Region play gets underway for most teams here tonight. Of course, Bear River's at Skyview, Green Canyon and Logan going at it. That one was tied at 7 last time we heard about that one. Bountiful's leading Box Elder late in the first half, 13-0. No other real surprises going on as we look at the scores. We'll keep an eye on those Region 12 scores. Mountain Crest and Skyview are eyeing each other up, and they play here. I believe that's next week. I'll have to take a look, and that one will have go a long way toward determining who's going to win the region title. Screen pass. Hall retreated, found Powell. He retreated so far that Powell caught the ball about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage and ran a long way to gain. Oh, he gained about 8.
So the pass is to Josh Powell.
His first reception of the game. Hall is 3 for 5, 118 yards and a touchdown. A touchdown, that 81-yarder to open the scoring to Nethercott. He was wide open. I formation, they're going to give it to Robinson. Try to pound it in there on 3rd and short. Robinson picked up 2, and it's going to be 4th and a yard. See if Mountain Crest, let's just see how much swag daddy they got going in it. They're going to go for it deep in their own territory on 4th and 1. It looks like they're going to go for it. It's late in the first half. If they do indeed follow through with this and go for it, it's a huge play early in this game. They do lead 14-0. Oh, and Ridgeline offsides. Exactly what they were trying to do. Trevor Hobbs looking to make a play, and he left a little bit early.
Press box, still ready, back to the press box, please.
So first down via penalty for the Mustangs for the second time tonight. And the clock runs after they set the ball. Mountain Crest 65 yards away from the end zone with 2:10 on the clock. Hall, lots of time. Now he's out of it. Breaks out on the move. Defensive backs coming up to try to take him down, but not until after he gets across midfield. 17 yards for Hall. He's got 53 yards and a touchdown on 11 carries here in this first half. The ball now at the Ridgeline 48. This is danger time now for the Riverhawks. They can't afford to go down 3 scores against this Mustang team. Mosier and Nethercott to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. And it looks like Robinson in the wings position. Robinson turns around and sits down. They go to Powell on the out pattern the other way, 5 yards, and the clock runs. .135 to play in the half. Mountain Crest with a couple of timeouts. Ball at the 44-yard line of Ridgeline. The Mustangs being patient. Blitz comes. Hall gets out of the pocket. Now he's going to tuck and run as he heads for the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That'll be good for a first down. A pickup of 7. And Brady Hall is just controlling this game. He's doing whatever he wants. His linemen are giving him time. Ridgeline has been able to make him uncomfortable a couple of times, but he's able to scoot away using his feet. Hall unloads over the middle, has a man. Caught by Robinson. Down at the 23-yard line. 14 yards and another first down. .43 yards on 2 receptions for Robinson. And Hall is just slicing and dicing out there. 5 of 7, 137 yards and a touchdown. 1:04 on the clock. Now they're trying to decide how many seconds should be on the clock as he gets stepped out of bounds. They put 1:04, then they put 1:05. Now they're at 1:10. Now they're at 1:15. So they didn't get the clock stopped for almost 11 seconds. Now they start it again. Lots of time for the Mustangs as they are deep in Ridgeline territory. And there's an incomplete pass as that one skipped up to Folger. He's been quiet, the tight end, good for a couple of grabs a game. His first target, he has a 1 hop to it. Connor Finn will replace Taden Fenton as they shuffle those D linemen, 3 down linemen. Now they're bringing 5 after him as the linebacker comes. Completion, first down, clock will stop. That's to Robinson. 11 yards and another Mustang first down. 54 yards on 3 catches now for Robinson. With 57 seconds to play in the first half, Mountain Crest, they've thrown a left, they've thrown a right, and they're looking to throw a haymaker now. Looking to take a 21-0 lead into the half, or at very least a 17-0 lead. See if the Ridgeline defense can bow up and come up with a big play. But Brady Hall has just been like a maestro out there orchestrating this drive. Now they change the clock again. It's 1:03. It was just under a minute when the timeout was called. Now they've got it up to 1:03. First and 10 at the 13 of Ridgeline. Mountain Crest with the ball, leading 14-0 and looking for more. The Ridgeline defense needs somebody to make a play. Hall into the second level down near the goal line. And he's making a living on the quarterback sneak, 12 yards right up the gut. .72 yards on 13 carries. First and goal at the 1, under a minute to play in the half. Hall, do it again. He does. And he's in the end zone. A flag on the far side. See if somebody was lined up off sides or if Mountain Crest left too early. It's a flag down on the far sideline. I think Mountain Crest may have moved, and they did. So a penalty erases a touchdown for the Mustangs. That's their first penalty of this second period. 49 seconds to play in the period. Let's see if they try the 5-yard quarterback sneak. Wide side of the field. They've got 2 receivers to this side. See where the numbers are. They're going to throw. Hall in trouble. Sack back at the 12-yard line, so it's a big penalty. Instead of a touchdown, Bringhurst gets another sack. It's his 4th of the season. And now Mountain Crest will take a timeout. That changes things a little. It's going to be 2nd and goal back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 7. We mentioned that the Ridgeline defense was going to have to make a play. Mountain Crest flagged for a procedure penalty. That erases a touchdown. And then the sack by Bringhurst. And it brings up 2nd and goal from the 13 for Mountain Crest. Green Canyon leading Logan now 20-7. Hall looking to run it. Now he finds a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Crest. It's Mosier. Hall kept it like he was going to run the quarterback draw, and then he just kind of drifted and kept drifting. Made the defenders commit. Mosier ran to the corner of the end zone, and Hall found him for the touchdown toss. 21-0 after the PAT. 24 seconds to play in the first half. Mountain Crest tacks on 7 more.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Danes and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
Brady Hall's 2nd touchdown pass of the night goes to Mosier, and that makes it 21-0 Mountain Crest. Ball fielded at the 5-yard line. Return to the far sideline. There's a flag on the near sideline, back at the 33. And a little bit of extracurricular activity going on out in the middle of the field, too. This is a big rivalry game here tonight. Both fan bases having plenty to say about it. It's interesting talking to some of the people on both sides, and they say, you know, the kids they all know each other and they're friends, and they're pretty good about it, but sometimes when you're your friends, you want to beat them even worse. People are wondering if maybe it's the grown-ups that are a little more vitriolic in this one than the kids. I've heard a couple of people say that one. Boy, a personal foul now on Ridgeline. Ridgeline, and one thing they have been able to do well here in this ball game is stay away from penalties, but here in this second quarter, that's 3 penalties after having none in the first. Mountain Crest had 5 in the first. They've only had one here in the second. Ridgeline down 21-0 with 16 seconds on the clock, deep in their own territory. I'm sure they'll just play it safe. And they do. Jackson takes a knee. And Ridgeline's going to head to the locker room and try to regroup as the Mustangs are putting a beat down on Ridgeline here in this first half. 21-0 Mountain Crest at the half. You're watching the Game of the Week.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
As much as we want to avoid it, all of us will need an emergency room at some point in our lives. And when it comes to treating emergency heart conditions, there's no one you should trust more than the network of Mountain Star Healthcare Hospitals. Mountain Star Hospitals are nationally accredited for chest pain, heart failure, and AFib. We're the only network in Utah to achieve all 3 accreditations. So, who are you going to trust with your heart? Mountain Star Healthcare. Together, we're greater.
Wendy's Double Stack is still an option in the 4 for $4. With a quarter pound of fresh beef, that's a deal so good it should not exist. Like how owls shouldn't be able to turn their heads all the way around.
Whew, wouldn't like that deal.
The Double Stack and the 4 for $4. A deal so great, it's impossibly good. But not for long.
Let's go.
Hi, my name is Naya Tillett. I play first singles for Ridgeline's women's tennis team. I'm honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Hawks!
Wendy's Spicy Sriracha Chicken Sandwich for a limited time.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank. Strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric. A tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Just getting ready to kick off the second half. Mountain Crest leads Ridgeline 21-0. It was all Mountain Crest there in the first half. And if you look at the stats, the same thing bears out for the visiting Mountain Crest Mustangs. 83 yards rushing, 160 yards through the air for 243 total yards. Ridgeline only 24 yards on the ground, 16 through the air at 40 total yards for Ridgeline. So it's domination on the scoreboard and it's domination on the stat sheet for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. And Ridgeline gets the ball to start the second half, and it's imperative that they get something going if they're going to show that they can do anything against this Mountain Crest team. I was interested to see how this one would play out. I'll tell you a little bit more why after the kickoff, but it had to do with the schedules of both of these two teams and the early season schedules that they've both played. As Wells kicks it back to the 3-yard line. Taken there by Stewart. He gets it up to the 20, and that's where Ridgeline will start. Ridgeline. Breck Jackson, 3 of 19 for 16 yards in that first half. He's a 51% pass completer. And Ridgeline only 1 of 5 on third down. A run look, and they're going to give it to Stewart. Stewart stood up by Robinson, who comes up from his linebacker position. Stewart loses a yard. Stewart will come off the field. Replaced by Micah White. No, excuse me. Yeah, Micah White. Weta split to the top of your screen. In fact, it splits so far wide you can't even see it. In motion on the end around. You give it to Mora, and Mora is strung out to the sideline and knocked out of bounds for a loss of another yard. Two plays, 2 yards lost for Ridgeline. It brings up third down and long. Third and almost 13. Ball just outside the 17-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for a first down. And Jackson will be looking to throw. They've sacked him once tonight. Stewart in motion. Jackson tries to throw the screen, and Wells knocks it down. That's an incomplete pass. Everybody chases it to the end zone. Wells knocks it down, and it's an incomplete pass. Fourth down. Wells He's a big old player coming through there. It was a screen pass. And you know, you block for a count and a half, and then you let your guy go. The quarterback's got to find a window, and it's hard to find a window when there's a bear running through the house. And that's what Wells was like. A big old bear. Line drive kick. Robinson will have a chance at a return if it gets to him. It doesn't. Kicks from the 50 back down to the 44-yard line, and that's where Mountain Crest will take over, leading 21-0. 1:09 on that possession for Ridgeline. And they lost 2 yards. So Mountain Crest continues to dominate this football game on both sides of the ball. Early on, Ridgeline had a lot of mojo going. Mountain Crest was going nowhere but backwards, shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Ridgeline making some plays. Ridgeline had a little bit of a drive going of their own, but then it stalled. And then Mountain Crest came back and scored, and it's been 21 straight from them since then. And Brady Hall, the guy with the ball right now, has done whatever he's wanted to do. Hall changes gears, changes directions, tucks and runs across the 50, picks up a huge block, and that's a penalty these days. Those blocks where the receivers peel back and hit a defender that has his head turned used to be just fine. They're now illegal. So instead of a run of 14 yards and a first down, it's going to be a penalty. They brought that into play just a few years ago, the way they are calling these. When those receivers are peeling back, they do it on kickoffs. We used to call them an ear hole block, or somebody a receiver would peel back, or somebody would come from the side, and they get their head around in front, but the defender never sees them, and they call those personal fouls now. That's a personal foul on Mountain Crest. Their third of the game. It happened during the run. It'll be a first down. It'll wipe out the run. Now, it happened 8 or 9 yards downfield, so it won't be a huge loss for the Mustangs. It'll end up being a 4-yard loss. It happened 11 yards downfield. And the White Hats explaining to Creed and Folger, hey, this is why that's illegal. It was right down in front of our position. And it looked like, it didn't look like he came from, he was blindside. The receiver didn't, or the defender didn't see him at all. He didn't hit him in the back or anything like that, but you can't do that anymore. That's a penalty now. Hall on the double move, uncorks, wide open man running at the 20. Touchdown Mountain Crest. Never caught from Hall. 60 yards. Ring up 6 more. Nether caught 2 catches, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coming into this game, he had 18 catches for 420 yards and 2 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns, excuse me. He's now got 8 touchdowns and had 147 yards to that total. 28-0, Mountain Crest rolling.
Hi Cache Valley, this is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
For the second time tonight, Brady Hall finds Nick Nethercott behind the defense, this time for 60 yards and a touchdown. And the chant of "It's too easy." rises from the east sidelines, east stands where the Mountain Crest fans are sitting. And that was easy. Mountain Crest making it look easy. The Mustangs took a year off from being a contender. And now it certainly looks like the orange and blue is back. Ridgeline plugging in a lot of new young players. And trying to hang with the Mustangs here. Stewart in at quarterback. Stewart with the little toss. Pickup of a couple. To Mora. Picked up 3, 2nd down and 7. They've made the change at the quarterback. Stewart's played quarterback in a couple other games this season, and he was the backup last year. He's gonna uncork. He's got Weta on the sidelines, and he dropped it. Third down and 7. 1 of 6 on 3rd downs tonight for Ridgeline. They're going to spread it out with 4 wide receivers. 5 now. 3 to the near side. More in motion, fake to him. And Stewart's going to keep. Stewart's got a 1st down. Stewart up near the 40-yard line. 16 yards on 3rd and long for Stewart. Stewart, the senior, takes over for Breck Jackson, the junior, and see if the senior can give him a little bit of a spark. Jackson had a tough outing, 3 of 10 for 16 yards tonight. High snap, Stewart gets it down, keeps it. 4 yards for Stewart.
Stewart, the ball carrier. Lockdowns on the play for the Mustangs.
Second down, long 6. Stewart's going to throw. He's got a running lane if he wants. Cuts back across midfield, making Mustangs miss, spinning into Mountain Crest territory, picking up the 1st down. 14 yards for Stewart. $33 yards on 4 carries. 3 of those carries coming on this drive. 8.5 to play in the 3rd as the student body chants Brady, Brady, Brady. Mora goes in motion. Stewart gonna keep looking for an opening. This time they bottle him up after a gain of a yard. It looked like he wanted to give that one off, and the timing just wasn't there, so he tucked it and ran. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage near the far sideline, between the hash and the sideline. The officials are huddling it up. and talking about. Let's see what the call is. Personal foul on Mountain Crest. Another Mustang personal foul. It's 4 personal fouls on the night for Mountain Crest. 15-yard penalty. 95 yards on 8 penalties for the Mustangs. Takes it clear down to the Mountain Crest 29, the deepest foray into enemy territory yet for Ridgeline. But they still trail 28-0. Brady Stewart coming off the bench. Well, I should say the bench. He's been out there as a running back, so being shuffled up into the quarterback position and giving the Ridgeline offense a little bit of a shot in the arm. Stewart drifts, unloads, caught, Weta, reaching for the end zone, touchdown, Ridgeline, 29 yards. Ridgeline crowd erupts. They've been sitting on their hands all night looking for something to cheer for, and they finally find it as Stewart engineers a drive to put points on the board for the Riverhawks. 28-7, 7.5 to play in the third. The Riverhawks are still breathing.
PCs Unlimited is Cache Valley's first choice for all things computer. For over 20 years, our friendly and knowledgeable staff have been there to help you with on-site and in-store service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all of your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited, 610 North Main in Logan.
28-7 our score here in the third. 7.5 on the clock as Ridgeline finally finds the end zone. Brady Stewart in at quarterback, engineering the scoring drive, using mostly his feet, but then capping it off with the arm. 35 yards on 4 rushes for Stewart. And then 31 yards and a touchdown through the air. Kick goes to the end zone. And Mountain Crest will come out at the 20-yard line. The good news for Ridgeline, their offense getting untracked. The bad news for Ridgeline, the Mountain Crest offense taking the field. They haven't been able to stop this Mustang offense since early in the first quarter. Brady Hall has had his way with the Ridgeline defense, and I expect to see a heavy dose of number 1. 65 yards rushing for Hall, 220 through the air. Hall gives it off to Robinson. Robinson picks his way forward for a yard, and we have 2 guys in the backfield getting after each other, and a flag comes down. One of the Mustang blockers was laying on top of one of the Ridgeline linemen and wouldn't let him up. So they were wrestling back there, and the white hat came and threw his flag right on top of him. He's going to call holding on Mountain Crest. That's interesting. I've got a neighbor that's a Utah high school official, and I'd like to ask him about that. Because you see it every game where a blocker will take a defender to the ground and then just lay on him and not let him up. And they never call it a hold. But we couldn't see from here. He may have been grabbing on if they were wrestling and grabbing each other. Yeah, call it a hold. And Coach Lee has called a timeout for the express reason to go talk to the referee about the call. These guys have to know, the guys in the stripes, there's so much for them to know and to understand and how to interpret different situations. Again, one of my neighbors is a high school official, and picking his brain about this and seeing the meetings that he goes to and the things that they have to do to certify. These aren't just a bunch of guys they picked up down at the Walmart for the day. These guys put a lot of time into what they do, and they take a lot of abuse for it. So it's first and a lot, and Hall's going to keep it. It's clear back to the 8-yard line on that penalty. He gets out to the 13, so a gain of 5. Nine penalties now on Mountain Crest, over 100 yards worth. Yet they're controlling this ball game, 28-7. Clock runs with 6.5 to play in the third. Here's the give to Dart. Dart with his first carry of the night. He picks up 7. Maybe 8. And it's going to be 3rd down and 9. That touchdown put a little bit more life back into the Ridgeline student body. Trying to decide which team has more fans here. Both of the stands are packed, but there's more people on the grass on the other side, but the stands on this side are bigger. Suffice it to say there's a lot. 3rd and long. Hall spins out of trouble. Turns and runs the wrong way. Now he's going to get thrown down at the 1. No safety. They're saying he's down at the 1. He loses 21 yards trying to stay out of trouble. And Mountain Crest will have to punt from their own end zone. Well, there's making things happen, and then there's trying to do too much. Brady Hall with supreme confidence in his own athletic ability. And his confidence writing checks his body couldn't cash. Folger from the back of his end zone. Fair catch called for at the 39 and made. And Ridgeline down by 21. Has the ball with 5:03 to play in third in Mountain Crest territory. And a little bit of mojo going their way. Momentum is a fickle mistress. She'll run from sideline to sideline. Right now, she's made her way over to the west sidelines in Ridgeline. Hall, Stewart's going to keep looking for Mora. Throws it wide and incomplete. Green Canyon's leading Logan 26-14 at halftime. That one's just starting the third quarter. Still haven't seen a score out of Skyview as they're hosting Bear River. Second and 10. Ridgeline does not want to waste this field position. They get the ball at the Mountain Crest 38, trailing 28-7. You put 7 more up, and this becomes a far more interesting ball game. Here's the pitch for Williams. Down he goes. That one's going to lose yardage. Loss of 2. Mountain Crest adjusting a little bit. for the presence of Stewart. That was Cameron Daly that lost the yardage there. 3rd down. Ridgeline 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 12. Mountain Crest wanting to put their foot on this rally by Ridgeline. Ridgeline wanting to keep it going. You got to think this is 2-down territory. Stewart over the middle. He's got Weta. Weta hauls it in. 1st down. $16 yards on 3rd down and 11. And Weta getting involved. 3 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. And a 3rd down conversion for Ridgeline. Stewart now with 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to get off to Williams. Dolly lead block, and Williams 4 Mustangs there. Not a great job by Ridgeline getting that one blocked. There are a lot of white shirts running free. No gain.
Brought down by Lopez.
One player who's been conspicuously absent for Ridgeline tonight is number 19, Skylar Averett. Averett, 163 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. We saw him a lot early, haven't seen him much since. Just a few carries for Averett for 18 yards. He's in there now to block. Here's the throw. The catch, nope, it's incomplete. I'm going to say the catch and the fumble, but they rule it incomplete. And Daly can't come up with it. It was a little bit high. And it brings up another 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10. 2:55 and the clock stopped. We're in the 3rd. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in this 3rd period. It's 21-0 at the half. It's 28-7 now. Ridgeline is threatening on the Mountain Crest 23-yard line. Stewart has time, looking for the end zone, and Weta held. Can't haul it in, but it's going to be a pass interference call in the end zone. Going to be another 15-yard penalty on the Mustangs. And we'll take them down inside the 10-yard line. Pass interference on Mountain Crest, and that one was an easy call. A lot of contact going on out there. The life of a defensive back is tough. You're out there on an island. You don't know which way the guy is going. You don't know if another receiver's coming to pick you off. That's half the distance to the goal, so it ends up being a 12-yard penalty. 11 penalties, well over 100 yards for Mountain Crest. And they lead 28-7. But Ridgeline's knocking on the door for the 2nd time this quarter. Here's Averett back into the ballgame. I mentioned he had that big game last week, but he's been quiet tonight. Weta last week versus Copper Hills had a pick 6 and a touchdown catch. He's got a touchdown catch here tonight. He's put on a little weight, some muscle over the summer. Stewart's going to keep it as he fakes the give to Averett. Stewart inside the 10, down to the 9. A pickup of 3.
Stewart the ball carrier. Brought down by Powell.
Powell with the tackle. And the clock runs under 2.5 to play in the 3rd. Stewart brings the play to the huddle. Ridgeline on 2nd and 7 to the line. Weta and Mora to the far side, one receiver to the near. Dowley's in the backfield. Averett at a halfback. Stewart over the middle, too high for Dowley. Stewart's 3 of 7 and a touchdown. Now it's 3rd and 7. Ridgeline's been their best on this drive on 3rd down. Third and 7, Ridgeline is 3 of 9 tonight on 3rd down. They're going to spread it out. 4 receivers and 1 running back. Stewart has time in the pocket. Going to the back of the end zone, up high for Weta. He wanted a, what did he want? He's talking to Stewart and it's incomplete. He's motioning to Stewart. I was thinking maybe he was looking for a flag, but the receiver and the defensive back were both there about the same time as the ball was there. And now it's 4th down and 7. Do you kick a field goal and try to put points up, or do you go for it? Timeout, Ridgeline. They're going to think about what they want to do here. Well, we're midway through the football season. Believe it or not, this is game number 5 of the season. We're for 10 games next week. Next week could be for the region title. Skyview and Mountain Crest. That one's actually out at Mountain Crest. In the week after, we're Skyview and Logan. And there goes my electronic device that my schedule is on. Thank you very much, Apple, for telling me that I had 36% and now I have 0. Amazing. They're going to go for it. Under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd, down by 21. Ridgeline can get to the 2 for a 1st down. For the end zone with the pylon, touchdown! As Stewart comes on in relief of Jackson and pitches 2 touchdown passes. Threw that one to Micah White. Stewart's trying to run it in on the PAT. He doesn't get there. It's 28-13, 1:50 to play in a brand new ball game in Millville.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that. Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution, honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
$150 to play in the 3rd quarter. Things getting interesting here in Millville. Mountain Crest was leading this ball game 28-0. Ridgeline makes a quarterback change, and it gives a little bit of a new look to the Mustangs. And now it's 28-13. Dart on the return out to the 21, and that's where Mountain Crest will take over. Now they've kind of taken a pop or 2 to the mouth. Let's see if they can respond. This game I thought would be interesting as Mountain Crest came into this one 4-0, but the teams that they had beaten had a combined 6-9 record. Highlands 2-2, Wasatch 1-2, Box Elder 2-2, and Stansbury 1-3. While Ridgeline had played teams that were at least a 500 record. Get more of that thought here in a minute. Hall's just going to keep it for 5. So Ridgeline plays Spanish Fork and loses to them. Spanish Fork's 3-1. Snow Canyon's 3-1. They lost to Snow Canyon. Raymond of Canada's 0-2, and Copper Hills is 1-3. So 2 big wins over 2 teams that aren't great. But they played a little bit tougher schedule, it seemed. It had Ridgeline than maybe Mountain Crest had, not by a lot. So you look at that as you're wondering how games might play out as Hall picks up the first down. But it looks to me like Mountain Crest is the real deal, and that Ridgeline is young but solid, is how it's looked so far, because Ridgeline could have just thrown in the towel when they got down 28-0. Instead, they've battled back to close within 28-13. Hall fakes the pitch, instead gives it to Robinson on the little end around. Robinson drifts to his right. Works his way forward for about 3. Robinson, 9 carries, only 21 yards. It's been tough sledding for Robinson. But in the passing game, he's got 3 catches for 54 yards. And that's the end of the third period of play. Mountain Crest leads 28-13, and they'll have the ball 2nd and 7 when we come back.
You never know when you're going to get hurt. If that happens, our team at Mountain Star Healthcare is ready to help you get back to enjoying the activities you love. We provide award-winning orthopedic care at 8 hospitals from Logan to Payson. You can count on our specialists. We'll discuss treatment options with you and work on your recovery together. With our help, you'll soon be back to doing what you love. Mountain Star Healthcare. What makes us better makes you better.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you on the game of the week here on the Valley Channel, and the Mountain Crest Mustangs visiting from Hiram tonight have a 28-13 lead as we start the 4th quarter. It's 2nd down and 7. Ball on the Mountain Crest 36-yard line. Hall drifts back, finds a man wide open. It's Folger. He's got a first down. You saw the pass rush coming at Hall, 17 yards, and then they stopped and they backed off looking for that screen pass that never materialized. Folger's first catch of the night. But that's what Brady Hall can do for you. They're coming at him hard, and then a couple of the Ridgeline defensive linemen realize, they're smart kids, they realize, hey, wait, that was too easy. Screen coming, and so they slowed down, and they're keeping their eyes on Hall in case he runs. And instead, Hall goes downfield to Folger for the first down, and it's in Ridgeline territory. Hall upended after a 2-yard gain.
Hall, the ball carrier.
61 yards on 19 carries, so he's just over 3 yards a carry. It's been a lot of keepers that he's run right up behind the center. He'll start under center and just give him the go. And he just follows his center for 4 and 5 yards. He's taken a couple of big sacks. One clear back to the 1-yard line on their last drive. Last possession, wasn't much of a drive. Hall unloads, right at the sticks. He finds his receiver. It's Folger for 9 yards and a first down.
We want to thank our fourth quarter platinum sponsors, Hart Floor Company, Pool Willis Orthodontics, Don's Auto Body, Logan Eye Institute, and McDonald's.
246 yards now on 11 of 14 and 2 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns for Hall. Hall came into this one with 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 997 yards. This Ridgeline defense picked off Copper Hills 5 times last week. They haven't had an answer for Brady Hall. Hall over the middle, goes high, has his man. Nethercott still running, he's down to the 19-yard line. 18 yards and another first down. Nethercott, a huge game. 159 yards on 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Mountain Crest trying to put an end to the rally by Ridgeline. Ridgeline scored 13 unanswered after falling behind 28-0. And Mountain Crest trying to put this ball game in the freezer. They're not going to do it that way as Hall tackled for a loss. Tried the middle, nothing there. He spun out of it, and he's taken down for a 3-yard loss. Nine and a half to play and the clock running. Mountain Crest up 2 scores with the ball on the Ridgeline 18. 4 wide receivers in that spread look. Robinson on the little swing out of the backfield. Catches it, turns it up, uses a blocker, and is pushed out of bounds. Down at the 6-yard line, gain of 12. No, that's down at the 9-yard line. A gain of 9. Approaching 300 yards passing tonight for Brady Hall. He's 13 of 16, 273 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he's rushed for 58 yards and a touchdown. Hall looking for more. In big trouble and he's sacked again. On 3rd and 5, he loses 4. Mountain Crest 2 of 6 on the night. On 3rd downs, they're 1-1 on 4th downs. That's 3 sacks now for Ridgeline. Wells is a good kicker. I would imagine they'll try to put 3 points on the board here, and Wells is out on the field. Wells from the left hash, 30 yards away. Kicking to the south. Good snap, good placement, good kick. And it's 31-13 with 8:22 to play. Mountain Crest tacks on 3 more.
So hot. Hey, hottie.
Looking hot.
Me hot. You're hot.
Your bod is so hot. Your bod? So hot.
So hot.
You guys want to grab something hot from somewhere totally hot? That sounds so hot.
So hot.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, just $10 a month. We're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness.
Mountain Crest puts an end to the 13-0 run that Ridgeline had been on by driving for a field goal. It's now 31-13. And Ridgeline back on the field. Brady Stewart, the quarterback. It's come on in relief of Brett Jackson, who has been a solid quarterback this season, but he was having a tough night against the Mountain Crest defense. And Brady Stewart just gave him a little different look and throwing a couple of touchdown passes. Cut it to a 2-score game, and then Mountain Crest just put 3 more on the board. Stewart back to throw, gets out of trouble. Now he's using his feet. He's a shifty runner. Runs into his own blocker, back inside for 10, 11 yards after it looked like he might get sacked.
Brady Stewart, the ball carrier.
Seven carries for 48 yards for Stewart. He's got 60 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. 4 of 9. But the clock is the enemy of Ridgeline. Not sure why the clock is stopped. It should be running. Now it's running. Stewart in the gun. Unloads, looking for Weta, and he overthrows him by 3 yards. Weta had a step. And if Stewart puts that on him, he's trotting to the end zone. He just overthrew him. I'm sure he would like that one back.
Jacob Carter, the Wallach up here.
Averett brings the play in from the sideline. Took them a while to get that play in. They're going to have to hurry up. There's the back judge. Well, they're talking about time now. That's where the back judge is. He's over on the sideline. Yeah, that clock didn't start after the first down for quite a while. They just reset at 7:47 to play in the ball game. Mountain Crest leading 31-13. Here's the give to Averett. Averett hasn't had much running room tonight, but he rips off a good 12-yard gain there. Mark 30 yards on 5 carries. Only 5 carries, and that's his first carry since the first quarter. The ball up to the 43-yard line. Ridgeline looking to get into plus territory. Trailing 31-13. Mora's in motion. They're going to fake the give, and Stewart's going to keep. There's a flag. Stewart knocked out of bounds. The flag came late and was just kind of dropped by the head linesman there. They have to separate Stewart and Hall. Hall's out there playing defensive back. Mosher's usually playing corner on the near side. I say penalty on Mountain Crest. Stop me if you've heard this one. Penalty on Mountain Crest. We've had enough laundry to fill a Kardashian's closet tonight. 5 yards on that one. On the offsides penalty. Twelfth penalty of the game for Mountain Crest. That one takes it across midfield. Stewart has room to the outside. If he sees it, he sees it. cuts back inside, makes one man miss, and Wells finally hauls him down at the 38-yard line, a gain of 11. Eli Wells. He's a big boy. He made a heck of a tackle out there in space against a shifty Brady Stewart. Stewart's got Averett with him in the backfield. Weta, the lone receiver, to the right. 3 to the left side. Going to give it to Averett. He's got room. Turns the corner, still running. Averett inside the 10 and out of bounds. 38 down to the 8. That's a 30-yard run. 31, they're putting it at the 7. 61 yards on 6 carries for Skylar Averett. First and goal for Ridgeline. They trail 31-13. 6:27 to left in this ball game. Mountain Crest has been in control, but Ridgeline in this second half has been able to find the end zone. Behind this guy, Brady Stewart, trying to find it again in a nice defensive play by Mountain Crest as they break it up. Kyler Olson on the pass defense. Stewart kind of looks a little bit like the quarterback on the other side. And Hall, Stewart plays with a little bit more, plays a little more like that with reckless abandon. Hall is a little more calculated, or at least it's what it looks like as they play. Both very similar. Their legs can keep plays alive. Stewart has it tipped at the line of scrimmage and it falls incomplete. He had Daly in the end zone. And somebody from Mountain Crest saves a touchdown. Because Hall had his man in the end zone. 3rd and goal from the 7. Stewart's 0 for 3 in the air on this drive. Third and goal at the 7. Stewart straight back. Steps up, fires. Incomplete. 3 of 10 now on 3rd down. As Weta couldn't grab it. Stewart threw a fastball in there. And with 6:14 to play in the ball game, Ridgeline's running out of chances. 4th down and goal at the 7. Trailing by 18. One wide receiver, heavy set for Ridgeline. Naked boot for Stewart, looking into the end zone. Touchdown! Weta with his 2nd grab. Weta with 2 touchdown catches, 59 yards on 4 grabs. Stewart 67 yards passing on 5 of 13 for 3 touchdowns. And Ridgeline will most likely go for 2. Trailing 31-19 with 6:07 to play. You need 2 scores, so it's probably not too early for an onside kick. That's the next thing to think about. So many things to think about. It was all Mountain Crest in the first half as they outscore Ridgeline 21-0. Now here in this second half, Ridgeline's actually outscored Mountain Crest 19-10. Ridgeline has not gone away, even though Mountain Crest was firmly in control of this game for 3.5 quarters. Brady Stewart coming in at quarterback, just gave him a little bit different look. Sometimes there's a difference between a senior under center and a junior. All right, Ridgeline goes for 2. Mora in motion. Flag. And they stop the play procedure on Ridgeline. So instead of going for 2 at the 2.5-yard line, they'll be back at the 7.5. See if they shift out personnel, see what their call is now. Now they're just going to kick it. At least that's what they're lined up to do. And they will kick it. So the PAT is up and good. 31-20 with 6:07 to play. Mountain Crest still leads, but Ridgeline coming out.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
That's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, topped with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the Ater to make the Baconator.
Back at Ridgeline High School, 31-20. Mountain Crest leads Ridgeline with 6:07 to play in the ball game. Mountain Crest led 21-0 at the half, but Ridgeline's outscored them 20-10 here in the second half. Most likely an onside kick coming. Here it is. Flag thrown as Ridgeline was offsides. Sure on the rule on this. I think they have to kick it again rather than Mountain Crest having the, yeah, it's because it was pre-kick. They have to kick it again rather than giving Mountain Crest the choice. Now something like this with everybody up from Mountain Crest, you've got a big gap right behind that wall. Maybe they try a high pooch type kick and get their guys running under it. Let's see what Ridgeline does now. Kicking from their own 35. Now they're going to kick it away. Dart back at his 12-yard line. Dart to the inside. Now back outside. Hurdles a man out near the 40-yard line, and a late flag looks like was thrown. Something came flying in there. Maybe it was just somebody's towel. But Dart out, clear out to the 43-yard line. There must have been a flag because the officials are all huddling up. Either that or they're looking for a good restaurant here, south end of town. Factory Pizzeria is a good restaurant. We go there. One of our high school sponsors. Here's the call. It's on the ridgeline. Mountain Crest will have the ball. And that was a 15-yard penalty on ridgeline. Mountain Crest at the ridgeline 40. Man, they may as well have onside kicked it after that result. They wouldn't have been any worse off. There's Mosier in motion. Hall's going to follow two blockers up behind where Mosier was, and he's going to have close to 5 yards. Flags all over the place. Things are getting a little chippy between these teams now. Connor Garcia sent to the sideline. A couple of his teammates weren't happy about it. So maybe he gave a little bit too much love at the end of that run to somebody. Boy, it's another one of those big penalties, 15 yards. Now we're clear down at the 20-yard line. Hall 59 yards on 22 carries. Ridgeline needed a stop. Instead, they're getting silly penalties. Hall's going to keep it. Hall met and hauled down. Picked up a yard. He's finally at 60 yards. 5 carries ago, he was at 59 yards. So he's lost yards, now finally got him back. As we approach the 5-minute mark of the ball game. Mountain Crest leads 31-20. Ridgeline needed a stop, and instead they've got a couple of big 15-yard penalties after a good return off the kickoff. And Mountain Crest is inside the Ridgeline 20. Hall's going to keep it. Down to the 14. Another 5 yards for Hall.
Hall, the ball carrier, pushed back by Henry Williams.
Lots and lots of penalties in this ball game. Mountain Crest with 12. 5 on Ridgeline. 17 accepted penalties. Full house here tonight as the whole south end of the valley wanted to see this one. Mosier in motion, and Mountain Crest, I think, took too long. They did delay a game. So there's the 18th. Well, the linesman's going to say that Mountain Crest got a timeout. So no penalty. Mountain Crest got a timeout. So instead of penalty number 18, we've got a Mountain Crest timeout. Next week, Skyview at Mountain Crest. Bear River might have something to say about it, but that game is likely for the region title, which is really weird because that's only the second week of region play. The Skyview's undefeated going into the game against Bear River. We haven't been able to get a score on that one. Mountain Crest undefeated and in control here tonight. Logan and Green Canyon going at it. Logan down this year, trying to work their way back up, and Green Canyon young and new on the scene. And so Bear River really the only other team that might have something to say about that, and if Skyview beats them tonight. Hall follows his blockers down to the 9, 5 more yards for Hall. 25 carries, 70 yards. And he's thrown for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns and run for another touchdown. Clock runs under 3 minutes to play. First and goal from the 9-yard line for Mountain Crest, looking to put the final nail in the coffin. Robinson race to the pylon, and he's going to win it. Touchdown, Mountain Crest. Shut her down, folks. The Mustangs are rolling away with this one. After the 9-yard touchdown run by Robinson with 3:37 to play, it's Mountain Crest 38, Ridgeline 20 on the game of the week.
In Utah, nothing is greater than our liberty. And going is always greater than stopping. So when we look for an emergency room, we don't just want one we can trust. We want one we can trust to respect our time. That's why Mountain Star ERs offer board-certified emergency specialists and short wait times. Mountain Star. Together, we're greater.
3:37 to go in the ball game. Mountain Crest, for all intents and purposes, just put this one away. Aided by a couple of very untimely penalties on Ridgeline. They go up 38-20. And after that kick return, there's less than 3.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Brady Stewart's come on in relief of Breck Jackson tonight and provided a spark for Ridgeline, but it's a case of too little too late. And also that the Ridgeline defense has not been able to find an answer for Brady Hall and the Mustang offense. See if they send heat after Stewart. Just pin their ears back and come after him. Going to throw the little screen out to Avert or go downfield. They're going downfield. Running out in front of the pack is one of the Riverhawks, and the ball falls incomplete. That was White, who was out there and had a step, but the defensive back closed just at the last second and got in the way, and White couldn't come down with it. I'm not sure if the DB got his hands on it or not. If he did, it was a great play. It's a good throw by Stewart. The DB did just enough to break it up. That was Nethercott, who's had a big game. Stewart drops the snap, picks it up, heads for the sideline, and he's flung out of bounds. Loses a couple of yards. And the clock runs. 3rd down and 11. 3 of 10 on 3rd downs. They've made hay on 3rd downs here in the second half, because they were 0 in the first. They're 3 out of 4 here in the second half on 3rd down. .240 and the clock runs. Mountain Crest by 18, 38-20. Ridgeline 3rd and 12 on their own 20-yard line. Stewart uncorks another long ball, and nobody is in that zip code. And it'll be 4th down and 12 from the 20-yard line with 2:26 to play. And Ridgeline's just going to kick it away. They are. Mountain Crest came after a punt last week in this situation. See if they come after this one. Oh, they're going to fake it. And the ball one hops to the receiver, Michael Tuckett was trying to get it there to the intended receiver, and it just one hop to him. Couldn't get it there on the run. If he puts it on him, he's real close to a first down. But a turnover on downs, and the Mustangs are 2 minutes and 22 seconds away from 5-0. When the Mustang team took the field, the Mustang fans on that east sideline in those east stands started chanting 5-0. And that's what they're looking at. Hall hit as he throws, looking for Robinson. And it's just short. He couldn't step into it as he was walloped.
Pass intended for Robinson.
And Robinson was open. But Hall took a hit just as he was unloading and couldn't get all the mustard on that dog. 2:16 to play in the ball game. Mountain Crest looking for more. These two programs, they didn't play last year after the split. There was some acrimonious stuff going on. And there's still a little bit of that. Hopefully both of these schools and teams can move past that in the future. Oh, Hall tries to stiff arm a man off, and instead he's taken down for a loss of 2.
Hall, the ball carrier, run down by Jacob Moore.
The students had printed up some shirts, and this, I think it was Mountain Crest students from what I'd seen, that called this the Rednecks versus Rich Kids. We put it on our Facebook page of the I Love Cache Valley High School Sports. We put the word out there to, hey, give this rivalry a name. BYU and Utah State play for the wagon wheel. Somebody suggested that these two teams play for the cheese wheel. I think that's something to look into. You know, you get up these 5 Valley schools, and whichever team ends up with the best record against all the other schools should win the cheese wheel. Make that happen, somebody. Somebody besides me do the work to make that happen. Timeout on the field, 1:29 to play. Mountain Crest has a 3rd and 12 at the 22-yard line of Ridgeline. Mountain Crest firmly in control of this ball game, 38-20. Mountain Crest struck first with an 81-yard touchdown pass from Brady Hall to Nick Nethercott. They ran 3 straight plays right up the middle, and on the 4th, the play action caught the defense looking. And Nick Nethercott was running free. Here's Hall, looking to throw back the other way. He's looking for Folger. Folger has it picked off. Hall throws the interception. Williams comes up with the pick. Hall isn't happy with himself. He didn't have a perfect night. He throws the pick. That's the first turnover of the game for either team. .122 to play. And Ridgeline back out on offense again. We got Weta one-on-one with Mosier on this side. Let's see if they try to go to him. Stewart's going to roll the other way. Throwing to the sideline, overthrows Dowling. .118 on the clock. Ridgeline down by 18. And Stewart fumbles the snap, gets it back. There's nowhere for him to go as he's flung down. One timeout left for Ridgeline. Doesn't look like they're going to take it. Mountain Crest out of timeouts, and they don't need any. Averett will come into the game. Mountain Crest with another sack. Ridgeline, they've got a good base here to work from. And they could very well be a playoff team this year. Mountain Crest, Skyview, Ridgeline, and Bear River, I think, are the teams in region that have the best chance of making the playoffs. Stewart's in trouble again. Stays on his feet. Completes the pass. His receiver's knocked out of bounds in 3rd and 17 after a gain of 13. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Stewart's come on to throw 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Wida. Fourth down, about 6. Now they're spotting it. Going long again. He's got his man out there. It's Rita. And they say it's incomplete. So with 11 seconds left, all the Mustangs need to do is take a knee. And then start the long bus ride home to Hiram. Take at least 10 minutes, maybe 7 to 10. Hopefully these kids will make it. Luckily, they're all finely tuned athletes. So the start of the big rivalry game, Mountain Crest, with their years of tradition, come in here, and Ridgeline looking to make their own traditions. Ridgeline gives a pretty decent accounting for themselves, but Mountain Crest shows that right now, at least, they're still the big dog in this end of the valley. 38-20 is your final. Brady Hall with 3 touchdown passes, and the Mountain Crest Mustangs defeat Ridgeline 38-20. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Jack, Wendy's is just a wonderful place for someone to start out a career, which I understand is what you did yourself 1 or 2 years ago.
1 or 2 years ago, back in 1985. So it's been a little over 30 years now, and it's a great opportunity. I started off as doing fries, and then they taught me their positions, and worked my way up to assistant, general manager, and then now I'm doing what I do here.
Okay, so what I do here, what is that? Because I understand that Jeff is retiring and you're kind of taking over.
That's true. Jeff has retired. He's enjoying his family and traveling about the country and doing things that he wants to do, and lets me take care of the rest of the stuff. So I manage 5 general managers and make sure that things are operating the way we're supposed to be operating.
Okay. Now, also the great thing about Wendy's, terribly involved in the local community. Let's talk for a minute about that great Heisman, the High School Heisman. It's kind of a tongue twister. High School Heisman Award. What's that mean?
That's a great program that Wendy's has nationally, and it's the Heisman Award. They pick an athletic as well as an academic all-star, and they win a prize similar to what they have in college. It's called the Heisman. This is the high school Heisman presented by Wendy's, and it's pretty prestigious, and they do it in regions, so it's not just one winner, there's more than one. And so the people locally have an opportunity for that as well.
Okay, so I understand that locally we have 4 high schools now, and the Valley Channel covers a game per week, and so the athletic director is going to pick 2 people, generally speaking a male and a female from their school to represent that.
That's correct, and it's nice they do it for the home school. So this week it'll, for instance, be Logan, and two student athletes from Logan will be picked this week. And like you said, it's not just the guys.
Right.
We like to get the girls involved as well.
Right.
And they get to be the Wendy's All-Star. And then the athletic director of the school picks them out.
Yeah.
And then the Valley Channel will interview them and ask them about their volunteerism in the community and why they got chosen.
Okay, so 3 things that we're covering here. You've got the academics, you've got athletics, and also you have to be kind of a community supporter too, working out there in community service.
That's true. It's all about the community. If you can't give back to the community, then do you really deserve the prize? Probably not.
Probably not. How long has Wendy's been involved in this kind of thing?
Since really Jeff got right into it almost immediately. So I think 1986 is when we first started. It might have been 1987, but still 30 some odd years.
Some odd years.
Yeah.
Of giving back to the community.
Not just in giving good values for their menu items, but as well as sponsoring athletics and other things like that.
Now, Wendy's kind of grew from really just one word, didn't it? And the word was, from Dave Thomas himself, fresh.
That's true.
How was he different than other sort of fast food places?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of you may have noticed our hamburgers are square.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of places that have square hamburgers. And the original statement for that was the reason for that is we don't cut corners of Wendy's. And I think that's kind of fun. We want to make sure you get a quality sandwich.
Right.
And then there's been some other people who have jumped on that bandwagon as of late, saying that they're the ones that make it fresh.
Right.
We've been customizing hamburgers since 1969, and when you order it, you get what you want on it. It's not just you're going to get pickles, onion, and ketchup on it. We'll put whatever you want on there.
However we want to build it, you'll do it.
We'll do whatever you want.
Is there anything new on the menu at the minute?
Well, I shouldn't say there's anything new on the menu as of right now, but next week, which I'm really excited about, the taco salad's coming back.
Oh, really?
And that's a fantastic salad.
Yeah.
They never should have taken it away, but it's back, and it's you can't beat that salad.
Well,
Especially
I know, you can't beat it, although my personal favourite is the chicken pecan apple.
That's a good summer salad.
That is so good. Are you going to take that? Don't take that away from me. That's one of my favourites. So 5 here in the Valley? Or is it spread out through northern Utah?
We have the store here.
Yeah.
We have the store across the street from the mall.
Right.
Then we have the store in Smithfield. Then we have one in Tremont, and then we have one in Syracuse as well.
Okay.
So those are the 5.
So you're all over the place, making sure that everything's fresh and good.
Drive all over the place. I put a lot of miles on my car, so that's good.
But it's worth it because look how good everything is.
Well, we're going well for us.
Yeah. Okay, thanks ever so much for spending some time with us today. If you want something fresh and great, come on into Wendy's. The best.
Thank you.